Welcome everyone to an episode of the Definitive Crusade. Summer is here, and that means more comic books to shake a stick at. Join us for this fantastic episode. She's returning. She's back. It's Tracy. How you doing?
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
And I missed you so much.
Missed you more. And across the big pond, we have the Knight Matthew, and we have sun's out, bikini's out. It's Freyja.
Hey.
There we go. Woo. Check it out.
Yeah. It's been in the hunt for years. Yeah.
Oh, dear me. Well, it's like, oh, the sun's got to us all.
No, this is just what we're really like.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Every moment of every day.
Yeah, put on some fishnets and then we're talking. All right, okay. Right, so 4 up, 4 down. Let's start. We're going to start off with Tracy, as she's been away for a little bit. First choice. Now, I know Tracy's been missing a couple of episodes, and I know what I normally say is that, you know what, when you miss our pick. But I don't know, I've got some sunstroke or something, because, like, I've actually been nice this week.
I know.
Yeah. I couldn't believe some of the bits I could have picked. But no, Tracy asked to look at this book, and I said, yeah, why not? It is the second issue of the Poison Ivy series. So this is Poison Ivy number 2. He says, scooping right past where he needs to be. Let me just give you the rundown and who's to blame. So you've got written by G. Willow Wilson, art by Marcio Takara, colors by Arif Prianto, and letters by Hassan Otsman Elahau. I just want to point out, this is my new hill. I might have mentioned this last time, and I'm going to keep going on about it. I'm really, really, genuinely very sorry about this. But you'd think, in this great big lovely cover they've got, you'd think they'd have room for like a 4th name for the letter right there.
Yeah.
Why don't let us get cover credits? I have no idea. This is BS. DC, sort your shit out. All right,
especially since the lettering is so good in this book.
Yeah, Hassan is absolutely great. I think he made his name on Dynamite and doing some indie books before.
Yeah, he was big in the indie circle for a while, but like, it just anyway.
Cool, Tracy, this is your call. Take it away.
So poor old Ivy, right? She's like going around. She's having a bit of a murderous existential crisis. She's not what she was once before, but still remembers the power of it. And now she has a plan to solve the problem, to make this all-consuming Earth not be as consuming as it should be. It's beautifully drawn. Consumed. Yeah, consume.
Yeah.
The story, the introduction, going from her memory and backstory into what she's doing presently and why she's doing it is so seamless. The art isn't perfect, but it's beautifully imperfect. And the lettering is superb. I love that you can actually feel, when you're reading it, you can actually feel the tone of Ivy. Because if you're a fan of her in general, you would know her tone and the way she is and her own self-beliefs. And this is just an amazing start. I cannot wait to see where they go with this.
Cool. All right. So we looked at the first issue a while back, I think. This. Yeah. Freyja, you.
Freyja did it.
2 episodes 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
A month ago.
Oh yeah. Strange with it being a monthly book. Who'd have thunk, right? All right.
Yeah,
okay. Freyja, I remember you being. I seem to remember you being quite critical on this book. I think we all were to an extent. So, what do you think of this second issue?
The second issue I liked better than the first one. Still not by much. It's mostly I like Ivy. I like her inner monologue in this book. So then, I don't know. Like I said, I usually get books about 2 or 3 issues. This one caught my interest. I like Ivy's little like, oh, am I a vegetarian? She's like, hell no, I'm not a vegetarian. I love
it. It's like, stuff you vegetarians. You're the ones ruining the planet, not us.
Yeah, I loved her rant because I'm like, yeah, and that's I go into those rants all the time because people are like, I'm saving the environment because I'm doing this. I'm like, did you even research what that does to the environment? Like all these people, I'm buying an electric car to, you know, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, it has lithium batteries. Do you have any idea what lithium farming or mining does to the environment? It completely destroys the area that they're mining. It destroys the water. It destroys everything. And it makes it like uninhabitable. I'm like, yeah, screw you guys with your lithium battery cars because you're doing more freaking damage to the environment. They're like, well, we can do. And then don't get like wind turbines, the same thing. Like, oh, you know, wind turbines. I'm like, do you know how many birds those kill? And when they break down, you know what they do with them? They just bury that crap in the ground. They don't actually like take it apart. They just bury it. Like,
you sound like Ivy right now, honey.
I can't say anything. I live in a town called Redcar, and we have a wind farm out on the coast.
You're killing birds, man.
I didn't plant the damn things.
Yeah, I was like, I think in the U.S. we kill over 500,000 birds a year with the wind turbines we have, and we don't really have that many. Well, comparison, you know, with the size of our, you know, it's just. And I had an argument with a coworker. Well, discussion. We weren't yelling at each other, but because you know, the cleanest. Yeah, I was like, the cleanest power source we could possibly have is nuclear, but everyone's so afraid of nuclear power because of Chernobyl. I'm like, well, look at Japan. They had a meltdown and they got cleaned up in less than a week, you know, and they're all fine. And anyway, I think it's what you do with the waste with nuclear. That's not the power. And as for birds and wind turbines, it's like, come on, man. The damn thing's big enough.
Hollywood has fantasized nuclear waste to the point where everyone's afraid of it. When we actually have very safe ways to dispose of it, everything is contained. Nuclear is super clean.
Yep, it's the cleanest energy, alternative energy source we have. But because of Hollywood, they scared everyone away from it. And Chernobyl. But I'm like, guys, it was the 80s. And it was freaking Russia, who wasn't exactly, you know, doing the best.
Still isn't.
Still isn't following the rules all that well with things.
So this public service announcement was brought to you by letters T, D, and C. There you go.
There you go. Look, this one book about this fictional character who is, you know, actually, no, I'm not a vegetarian. No, this is not what's good for the planet. No, this is, even though she's on a murder spree, you know, we forgive her for that.
But it will people. She's already killing people, right?
Well, the worst people.
It's going to make people think.
The thing that damages the environment most is human beings. So, like, she's not going to kill all animals and everything because they actually serve a purpose. Humans are, to quote, freaking the Matrix, are like a virus.
She's just culling the herd, man. She's culling the herd.
Exactly.
I just find that ironic. The message is brought to you on a comic book made from paper.
I know, right? It's like the people are like, I'm saving the environment as I buy, you know, paper straws. And they're like, we need paper bags. And Johnny, you're probably old enough to remember back when we had paper bags. And they were screaming, get rid of the paper bags because it's killing the trees. Go to plastic. And, you know, and now we're back to plastic. And now it's been a couple decades. And they're like, we need paper bags. I'm like, can you people just freaking make up your mind of what you want?
Can we not just agree that we should just all start growing hemp because that's the best solution to all of these problems?
No, you're talking about smoking it, not growing.
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about smoking it at all because unfortunately I can't. But this is a whole other podcast storyline.
Back to the book.
We'll move on.
Matthew, save
Thank you. I was hoping I could get a turn in. Okay.
Go on, son. Go on. Right. Get in there.
My favorite part of this book, my favorite part of this book is how she's talking about this inner monologue of culling everything, culling the people, of, you know, wanting to essentially spread these spores to wipe out everything. But she has such a decent experience at this diner that she has some kind of sentimentality. Her humanity kind of kicks in. It's like, yeah, I released the spores, but I'm not going to activate them just yet. I want these guys to keep on living at least for a little while to enjoy their life a little bit longer because they're good people, so to speak. Also, I really like the fact she was like, oh man, I got a sucker for girls with blue eyes and
blue eyes.
So I thought that was cute. But my favorite thing, and it's something that I pulled or mentioned in the last issue that we discussed in issue number 1, is how at the very end you could see like where they had turned into spore creatures. You could see like a hand move, And when she gets back in her van at close to the end of this, she goes, "Hey guys, how's it hanging? Was Katie sitting that way before?" And it's not really bringing the aspect of zombified nature, but it's alluding to it. And even in the discussion with the lady, what was her name? The
poet.
Yeah. No, not the poet. The in the flashback.
Oh, yeah.
The gardener.
The gardener, thank you. The gardener was like, "You're messing with things you don't really understand. And it's a little bit out of your control. Just saying." And so we're seeing that kind of culminate, that Ivy has grasped onto this aspect, this idea of what she wants to do, but it's beyond her power to actually control it, even though she refuses to believe so. And I've been thoroughly enjoying the story. I've been thoroughly enjoying the artwork. There's a couple things in there that's like just faces in the background not being fully present. Just a couple ticks that I could pick from, but I've been enjoying this book.
All right, okay, cool. I enjoy this book more than I should, to be fair. I kind of agree that we kind of kicked it all over the place the last time around, but this time I've took some time. I enjoyed the monologue like you guys. It's interesting that Poison Ivy does bad things for good reasons, and that's the crux of her character, or at least good as she sees them. I agree with Tracy that the art is perfectly imperfect. There are some absolutely lovely touches. I like these bits here. You see how like the kind of the stretch and the fabric of the outfit, that really works. Stuff like that catches my eye, and I'm like, yes, it works really well. I also miss, I much prefer, and you're going to say it's obvious, but I prefer Ivy this way than I do in overalls. I get the overalls are kind of a thing to get from stage point A to point B, but sexy Ivy's works all the way through. Even as you're talking towards the back of the book when she's talking to the gardener, she looks great there, and that's just one little panel. Good to see the gardener in it, because I thought the gardener was just a one-trick pony for Fear State storyline. Good to see that she's still around and still has an impact on there. Elements of the green are in here, which is again linked to Ivy's past, which is a good call. No, I enjoyed it for what it was. I like the fact that Ivy's missing Harley. It shows that, love. Yeah, it shows that DC are actually trying to maintain that equilibrium or that relationship in some shape, way, or form. I will say, where the art is imperfectly imperfect, it's actually these scenes here and around the diner. Ivy's face must change like 3 or 4 times. And I'm sure that Marcio Takara is using Nicole Kidman as a muse.
I was thinking the exact same thing, especially in just the panels with her eyes when it's the half of the face. It's like, that's a young Kidman.
Yeah. I only spotted it because I read this book this afternoon after my wife, who's got COVID. You can tell she's got COVID because she watched Days of Thunder.
Oh my God, Days of Thunder.
And Nicole Kidman was in that. I was like, oh, where have I seen that before? I was like, boom.
That's how her and that short guy met.
Yeah. Oh, Nicole Kidman. What can I say? Cool. So yeah, I think the books are. I think the books are keep. I'd be interested to see where the book goes, for sure. Definitely. Cool. All right. Excellent. So up next, me being super nice again.
He was super nice.
I'm gonna stop being super nice. I am absolutely.
No, we likes it.
Whatever. Whatevs.
We likes it. That's my favorite.
Excuse me. What?
That was the most beautiful thing.
Was that Golem or was it the dude from The Hobbit? I can never. Or the dude from Harry Potter. Which one? Because I always get the two mixed up.
It's Gollum.
Okay, cool. Gollum. All right. Fan favorite is back. Matthew loves this book.
I love this book.
This is DC versus Vampires, number 7 of 12. And hiding behind this fantastic Gwillem March. Cover is the writing of James Tynion IV with Matthew Rosenberg. Art and colours by Otto Schmidt. Letters by Tom Napolitano. No credits for the letterer. Just saying. You know, I'm not going to keep going.
They deserve it.
They deserve the credit, man. They put the bloody effort in. Matthew, take it away. Hopefully you're up to date with the one-shots, and this is your call.
Hey, that's actually what I was going to start off with. Is we took a break, or the writers took a break from DC Vamps for a little bit, and they did a couple of one-shots. We discussed one with Robin, specifically Damian, who had turned but was still trying to fight for good, trying to get to where he can kill Dick Grayson, who is the king of the vampires. Something that was revealed to us in the last issue, number 6. And so he was trying to like find his way.
He's the most assiest of ass.
He has that bubble butt, and it's beautiful. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Anyways, and then there was the last issue, which was Harley. Harley, and we could see her trying to like team up and do something. Then she meets up with Jeff Gordon. No, it's Jim Gordon, but she refers to him as Jeff. And he gives her a vial of Lex Luthor's blood, which she then injects into herself and proceeds to use that as a way to kill Selena Kyle, Catwoman, and she leaves Gotham. And then we pick up with number 7 as kind of a recap of what happened in number 6. Batman is dead. They've successfully turned Superman into a vampire. They've gone on this culling, the darkest before dawn, where they are killing all the people who are against them or turning other superheroes into vampires. And that's the one thing about this book, is that they reference practically every superhero or supervillain in this book. Almost every single one. We see Shazam, we see Black Canary, we see Blue Beetle. We see so many characters. Right here we have in the next page. In the next page we have Gorilla Grodd, Wonder Woman, Nightwing, Superman, Aquaman,
the
Hawk Girl, and Hawkman. Just Firebolt, I believe his name is
Firestorm.
Sorry. Firebolt is a cantrip in D&D. For D&D content,
why don't you give your dice a shake?
How much damage are you going to do, and what level are you tuning at?
Keep calling him Fire Guy and you'll find out.
Firebolt.
In this quite gruesome first panel, it says, but it was too late. Those who fought fell. Those who ran. I'm sorry, I'm misreading it. But it was too late. Those who fought fell. Those who ran were hunted down. And then we see Shazam say, "You chose the wrong side, Superboy," as they literally rip him in half. That was something that was delightfully surprising that we picked up in the first issue, that with this art style, where, first off, absolutely love this art style. Absolutely love it. It is representatively light, but it has these macabre and gruesome scenes. Like in the first issue, we watch Green Lantern turn Wonder Boy into a milkshake, quite literally put him in a blender, and it's super dark, but the art style isn't what DC typically associates with that dark art style, as we can see in a lot of the Black Label books. Absolutely am loving this whole series, but I will have to say there are so many characters that I kind of lost track of a couple of them. This kind of funny little situation where Peacemaker's like, "No snakes out here, dude." Then what was that? "I'll give you $50 if it was a snake." And then Plastic Man is like, "Hey, excuse me." It was pretty funny. But as we go through, these guys are trying to find a hidden city of some kind of bastion, rumored bastion, and we see them essentially get slaughtered by Wonder Woman, all the other people, Firestorm,
Hey.
I was really sad. I was like, Raven showed up, and then she immediately got turned, and I was kind of upset by that. I feel like this page, story could have progressed perfectly fine without this page, because Raven just showed up out of nowhere, immediately got murked,
and then was gone.
And we don't see any more mention of her. So I understand you're trying to fill pages, but you're going to take a fan favorite character and just be like, haha, and they're gone. But anyways, it's fine. We see Firestorm get stabbed through the back by this wandering warrior, so to speak, this wannabe hero.
Yeah.
And then takes Doc Bones in the car. He's like, take the first car. I don't care if you want to walk, take it. And then they go and find Killer Croc, who wades out of the swamp and holds up this vial, which they then get sucked into, and it reveals that it is the vial for Kandor.
Hey, Kandor.
So we finally get to see Kandor again. Unfortunately, none of the citizens have apparently survived, or they've been misplaced or something. But I also just really love how this storytelling is going, because Killer Croc is like, yeah, password. And then they all get sucked, and then it just wades back into the water like a Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like a Godzilla movie. He comes out, does something, just wades back in.
Cool.
But and the whole point of this group that was traveling was to get Supergirl to Kandor, so that way she could survive without being turned, because no sun, no powers means she's vulnerable. And this is what the last bastion of heroes. And I will have to say one last thing. Well, I'll go ahead and finish this.
Go on. Say one more thing.
I'll say two more things.
See, I give it in. She takes a yard.
I do. But so as I mentioned in the last one shot, we saw Harley Quinn escape Gotham and had apparently injected the vial of Lex Luthor's blood into herself. And on the last panel, we see them running experiments on Harley, apparently against her will. Which I don't know how we got to that point, but it's good to see that kind of continuity with it. And this will be the last thing I say. John Constantine's face makes him, the artwork specifically, makes him look like Handsome Jack. from
Borderlands.
My brain kept trying to say Fallout, and it's like, it's not Fallout.
No.
But Handsome Jack from Borderlands is what he looks like right here.
Pre-stapled face, or like when he had his face still attached to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. All right, Freyja.
Absolutely love this issue, but I'll be quiet now.
No. Hey, man, that was a thorough recap, definitely. Freyja, what's your thoughts on this book? And the series as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, the story's been fun so far. Did they ever explain why Superman still has his powers even though the sun's gone, or is it just
they
vampires?
No,
because like if Kara loses her powers, then Superman should lose his powers, and if it is a vampirism, then everyone should have Superman powers, because that's vampirism powers, right?
I think they did give it the caveat where he went to space.
Isn't it just a case of you are who you are when you turn? Is that not the rule? So therefore, because he's not alive anymore, is he? He's dead. So even if the sun was around, he still wouldn't be able to metasize sunlight the way that he would normally be, because he's dead. There's no living cells in him. So my shout would be, you are who you are when you get turned. So therefore, when you got turned,
still be working though, because your hair and stuff still grows even when you're dead.
Fine, but
that was proven false. But
whatever.
So if you turn him when he's got superpowers, his superpowers will go with him. That's what I would say.
Okay, well, we'll give them when you have to make up for a story.
and he wasn't.
When I have to make up for a story, he's like,
Yeah.
"Woo, yeah." I didn't.
Back,
edit
he
the
wasn't
book that way.
powerless when he wasn't powerless when he was bitten. He just was affected by green kryptonite, which weakened his skin to where they could turn him. But
And also, it's magic. And Superman's not great with magic.
Magic. Yeah. Okay. Well. Also, when you rip someone in half, their skull doesn't rip in half. You kind of tear at the neck junction. So that was a little weird. I'm like, how did his skull crack in half?
Look, I still thought it was cool. Okay, I was like, oh my god, Superboy got
his head should be on one. It should be on one side or the other. But okay.
I like how Freyja says that with such confidence and knowledge. Makes me worried a little bit.
I had to do a lot of research for a lot of weird things in school. So
anatomy is important, and comics never really do it right.
No, they do not.
Don't say anatomy around me. I'm thinking Grey's now. Thanks.
Grey's Anatomy. Oh, jeez.
I've never watched a single episode of that.
Don't do it.
You don't know what you're missing.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
You're okay, Johnny. I'll take Freyja's advice on that.
Yeah.
Hey, Mrs. H loves the show, so what can I say?
A lot of people love the show, but the show's been going on for like decades.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the book.
Anyway, yeah. Fun read. It's. I wonder where it's going. Sorry, I'm currently drinking.
I drink as well with some of the books coming up. Tracy, what your thoughts on this book before we get into
Can they cram anybody else into one issue? I think not.
I don't know. I mean, we saw Blue Beetle, but it's the Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, not
it's not the new one.
So Ted Cod should be around then, shouldn't
Stop it. And what did they do to my John? What did they do? I am not happy. I do not like it. It's not him. It's a different character. That's all I say. But yeah, the storyline has been fun to follow. It's just completely bonkers. You know what I mean? But I think it's starting to wane a little bit. It's starting to be a bit more like, oh, lads, just finish it, and then we'll be happy.
Yeah.
Well, we are on issue 7 of 12.
Yeah, but I think 9 would have been enough.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm with Matthew on this one. I'm enjoying this book massively. I'm a big Otto Schmidt fan from his work on Green Arrow. Although there seems to be a lack of fishnets in this issue, which is obviously they must be hard to get hold of in a deserted world run by vampires. That's what happens. You see, turn everybody goth, and everyone uses all the fishnets. Damn it!
But that should be the other way around, darling. You know, gothic beauties in their leather corsets and fishnets. That's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, there's no fishnets on Canary. That's what I'm saying.
We should write some strongly worded letters.
We should.
Start the campaign.
Yeah, no letters or fishnets. All right. Surely though, we all know that this is just kind of pie in the sky writing. As much as I'm enjoying the ride, logically, this should be over by now.
Yeah.
Because the bad guys have got Zatanna on their side. She's a vampire. Surely she could quickly just say, Gnim, Sarov, Lever, Freeze, Rue, which is heroes reveal yourself backwards.
Yeah.
So, and then that would be it. Game over. But I don't understand why that hasn't even happened yet. 7 issues, and Zatanna could absolutely,
It's the same reason why Superman still has his powers.
Yeah, but Zatanna could sort it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just, it's plot. She's not doing that because they don't want her to.
But then
they like the hunt.
Well, if I was a vampire, I'd be like an easy life. I ain't hunting for food anymore. Zatanna,
you bring it to me on a tray.
Yeah, give me a head platter, please. I don't care which side of the body it's on.
Yeah. Why is it with all these vampire stories that make them stupid and they kill off their food source?
I don't know. I think they discussed this in one of the earlier issues where they wanted to set up farms.
Yeah, because I remember
kill off everything, but superheroes is the ones that they are trying to actively fight against.
Looks like they kill it off the planet. Because I only remember one vampire story thing where they set up donation blood things for people to come and donate their blood for them, and they had people farms or something like that. Yeah. And they drove around in tinted car windows during the day. What was that movie? It was interesting.
Was it Vampires?
That was the one with it's with it. No, it's the one with Ethan Hawke, right?
I think so. And they're like anyway,
Daybreakers or something.
Yeah. It's like the only smart vampire story.
All right, there you go. So whilst we debate how stupid vampires are versus the ability to rip somebody's head in half, what we're going to do on a break, time for one of our adverts for one of our other shows.
Hooray!
Hey, right. Tracy, your choice, because you've been around for a while. You've got the No Prize podcast, you've got the Old Timers, and you've got Crisis in the Toyverse. Where would you?
I think I'll go for the Old Timers because I do love listening to you.
Hey.
Do you want to find out what makes the professor do his happy dance? Check out the Old Timers Comic Book Show only on UCPN.
I love that little do. If I could make my body dance, I would, but
he dances every time, man. Every time. Yeah. The Old Timers Comic Book Show, where the hosts aren't old, despite what Matthew and Freyja say, but the comics most certainly are.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Next up is Freyja's choice.
Hooray!
Hey. I'm going to keep quiet through this one, other than to say, originally we were going to watch Monkey King, but unfortunately he got demoted back to Prince again. So, Monkey Prince number 6, written by Jen Luen Yang. I know I'm saying all these wrong, so apologies straight away. Art by Bernard Chang. Colors by Marcelo Maiolo, letters by Janice Chang. I absolutely have nothing to say about this book whatsoever. It is a slice of crazy that I have no part in reading. So I'm more than happy to pass over. Freyja, this is your call, so take it away, please. And burn it. Take it away.
So I'm happy. I like this book. I've liked the story so far. So quick little recap.
Please.
He kind of, the Monkey Prince, he teamed up with Robin Damien to rescue his parents from the Golden Horn, aka Penguin, because he was holding them captive. And then he was able to banish the Golden Horn and then save his parents. But because his parents are henchmen, but he doesn't know that, they have now left Gotham, even though he has a girl who macked on him as the Monkey Prince, and he was really into her. Now he's over in Aquaman territory.
Macked on her, did you say?
They had console hockey, swap spit, made out, whatever you want.
I've never heard of that. Macked. I mean, I'm like, what? You showed her a computer?
Well, it's a real American term.
Yeah, sorry.
It's when you take a Mac. That's when you take a girl on a date in a Mack truck.
Do you take her out for burgers or something? Well, I don't know.
You go to McDonald's.
McDonald's, exactly.
Do you want a Big Mac? I'm more of a
everybody wants a Big Mac.
I'm more of a Whopper with cheese kind of guy. You know?
Quarter pounder.
I'm more of a I'd rather not gain 50 pounds in one meal kind of guy.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
So essentially, he's just running around Aquaman territory, which is called something Bay. I am
Amnesty Bay.
Amnesty Bay. And so his parents. So now his parents are now working for Black Manta because, of course, they are.
Why wouldn't they be?
Why wouldn't they be? They're like professional henchmen. They just hop from one, whatever to the other. And then in this one, they give us a quick little recap of the story of the Monkey King, which is like 1 million chapters long in real life. And that's why they compound it down. But it's just a quick little recap. His dad is actually the Monkey King. Don't really want to know how that happens, but kind of do in a sick, twisted way.
Maybe somebody monkey macked on him. I don't know.
Well, his mom must have, because how else would she have his baby? So
magic, vampires, kryptonite.
Yeah, I don't know. Magically, I don't know. So Darkseid apparently showed up to where all the immortals are, and he, because you can't kill an immortal, he zapped the Monkey King, and he's just out in, what was it, the Dead Zone?
Phantom.
Yeah. So he's out there. But he also is fighting the Silverhorn, which is the brother of the Goldhorn, because, you know. But I don't understand. I'm enjoying the artwork, and, you know, it's very childish, teenagery. You know, I'm happy they don't use symbol swearing, and he just uses like kid swearing. Yeah. I actually appreciate that. I'm like, okay. I like his personality when he turns into the Monkey King, because the Monkey King is a douchebag, and it kind of, you know, goes with him too. You know, because I remember like one of the Monkey King stories, they like pee in something that people were drinking out of. Anyway, but like I'm enjoying the story. He's trying to fit into a new high school again, and he is kind of suspicious of his parents now. And he's starting to think that they actually are henchmen. I was like, kid, come on. It's not that hard. But yeah, we're getting some Aquaman now. And the thing I don't understand in this story, though, is if the Monkey King has been trapped out in freaking the Phantom Zone, how, not so much how did he, because obviously the kid was born beforehand, but like in the first issue, we saw the Monkey King. Like they went into the cave.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And I was like, well, if he's in the Phantom Zone, was this like a recent occurrence that this happened? He's kind of asking, like, we thought he was dead. I'm like, dude, you saw him like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, continuity just got screwed over, because I don't.
But think of the original stories, how continuity got squished.
Yeah,
very much so through it. So I think that's what they're trying to do with this, is kind of keep it in that vein without it being so convoluted.
Yeah,
I've got to say, I can't remember Monkey ever going Power Rangers and make my monster grow. I can never. You know what I'm saying? It's like Rita Repulsa's throwing all sorts of stuffs going around. It's like, I'm like, what? Monkey never went against big giant monsters. I mean, Godzilla was that thing, but no. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I don't know. But I
don't know. I thought he went up against demons and stuff, but the most of the story was just them trying to get to the west, to like India from China.
Yeah, with the scrolls, right?
Yeah, with the scrolls.
To help Triplicata or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
Where is that guy? And where's Sandy? I want freaking.
Where's their Sandy?
I know they're immortal.
Where's the horse? What happened to the horse?
Yeah, well, they're immortal. They should be able to come down and help this kid. He's running around as the Monkey King. They're really going to leave it up to freaking Pig?
Yeah.
Apparently.
That's the worst person.
She's from Pigsy.
They're the worst person to leave a child and like to care for.
Well, not necessarily.
I would pick Sandy over Pixie, though.
Well, yeah, Sandy is missed. There's some amazing opportunities that they don't hit with this comic through the whole 6 issues. Like I started this off because I wanted the one that came out at issue 1, and I've been loving it. But like Freyja is saying, it's definitely like a tweeny / early teen comic. But the illustrations are stunning. They're amazing. They're just so fun and
they're so colorful.
Apart from the perspective on Pigsy's arm there.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's about the bling bling. Look,
it's not about that. Do you know what we talk about for an hour every 2 weeks?
I know. I'm saying,
if it wasn't about that, Freyja wouldn't have a job here. I tell you.
It's not this particular style of.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
I wish I was getting paid. Yeah, I really like seeing the artwork on Monkey King in the Phantom Zone. Like the artwork on like his headdress, like everything about it, his armor, everything.
Yeah,
but then again, and there's just like shots like that. It's usually always with like Monkey and stuff that they really go on out with the artwork.
Got that big stick energy.
I have to tell you a joke about that song, the lyric with the rap version. My wife thought the lyric was, she'll take up the Hennessy. And she comes to me and goes, "Where's your Hennessy?" I was like, "It's probably behind the Southern Comfort on the bar."
That's a whole other show in itself.
Yeah,
misremembered lyrics.
Yeah. Anyway, Kevin, carry on. Sorry. Nope. Matthew, did you read this book?
I did read the book.
Anything to add?
Can you go back to the screen to the page where Black Manta is rampaging across the city?
Hang on.
When he's on the little
when he's on the next page. Or hold on, I'm trying to find that one.
There you go.
Yep, that one. Black Manta, when he first off, why a hermit crab?
Because he's Power Rangers.
Because why not?
Like of all things to put like a powerful of all things to put a powerful demon inside of crab.
Well, Starro has the trademark on starfish, so we really pretty much screwed there.
True. Anyway, second point. The henchmen were like, use this staff to control the creature. This is what you use to control it. And in this panel, they shoot his head. The staff is still intact. And he's like, "You fools, you destroyed the only means of controlling it." And it's...
Why would you make it so brittle anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like getting it... That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but,
with regular gunshots, it's just chain broken.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I meant to say.
All great questions.
That was meant to be an onomatopoeia, not a slice at language, like the sounds, the chink. Anyways, it came out wrong. I apologize.
Yeah. Okay, but can I just say, because it's popped in my head, I don't understand. I wish they would kind of stick with it, with the translations of the Chinese. When Silverhorn busts out like a freaking genie on page, what page is this? Like 21 or something.
Man, you're making me work for this, aren't you?
21. There he is, popping out like freaking Zed. But like,
make my monster grow.
Oh, he even has a little chest thing. But like, I don't know why they take the time to translate Bian. That means transform. I'm like, cool. But then when this guy like spews out a sentence, they don't bother to translate it. And then in a previous book, they had this whole thing where if it's in red, then they're speaking in Chinese, but it's in English, so you can read it. Like, I wish they would stick with the format and translate it for people who don't know Chinese.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Because I was like, okay, so because then I had to take the time to like whip out my Chinese freaking dictionary because I sucked at Chinese at school, but like to
what's he say then?
I don't remember. It wasn't important. It's like I'll be back. It wasn't really important. But like for other people who are reading it, they just most of them aren't important because like this one is like, oh, this means soda or water and life. I'm like, well, actually that could mean bubbles, and it's bubble water because it's soda, it's bubbly. But anyway,
I'm gonna get me some special soda bubbly water in a minute.
I was like, this guy spews out a lot, and they don't even bother translating it. I'm like, come on, stick with the program. Are you gonna translate or are you not? Or is it too difficult for you to like put a little thing when they're actually saying a sentence, but when it's one character, we'll do the one character, but we're not going to do the sentences. Yeah. But like I could probably let me pull up. I have my translations somewhere, but
he's looking, going, just end it now.
No, I'm not. I'm really interested. I just wish I knew what you said. So here's the thing for me. This is where I dropped off this book. I started reading this book. I thought I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to try and catch up. I know Monkey from the TV show. I know Monkey from the second TV show that was on Netflix not so long ago. But here's where I dropped off. There is no reason whatsoever to try and tie it in the DC universe. Not whatsoever. So, you know what? Why can't Monkey, Prince, or King, whichever one, fight the enemies that he has? Why does he have to try and bring in Darkseid? I mean, what? Why Aquaman? Why her? So I'm kind of, you know what? If it was about Monkey, I'd be more interested. I don't want Monkey versus the DC universe.
I 100% agree.
I found my translation.
Hey, what's it mean?
It essentially means Silverhorn needs a body, or I need a body. Is what he's saying.
Well, he's looking the Mac on someone. Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah. He needs to possess a body, and like I said, wasn't that?
I need somebody. Help! Not just anybody.
Help!
It would just be nice for like a lot of people who don't know Chinese or have the ability to translate it. But yeah. Anywho,
Very
sorry,
good.
I'm done.
No, I like it. It's like all these social messages we're coming out with. Now
today's been intense, man.
Sorry,
a lot of social messages.
Yeah. It's going to get a little bit more tense. I'll find
the agave nectar in the bats.
Stop killing the bats.
Yeah. There we go. Batman 125. This is new change direction. Still no letter on the book, apparently. Yeah. It's going to get boring. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep on at this. So, written by Chip Zdarsky, who you'll recognize from Daredevil fame, as well as some Spider-Man over in the Migraine. Art by Jorge Jimenez. Like that? Yeah, tried that.
Doing well there.
I did all right. Colors by Tomei Morey and letters by Clayton Cowles. This is my shout, primarily because I like Zdarsky on Daredevil. I'm not going to lie. I thought the Daredevil book was great fun. I like the kind of cover here with remnants of Lonely Place of Dying when Tim Drake puts on the Robin suit. Does anybody miss Alfred? Of course not, because he's always in every book now. We get another 3 Jokers bit before we get to see Bruce wake up from a nightmare. He has a little tit-tat-tat with Selena. And
can I ask something about this this page first?
Yes, go on.
What's the story with the bulge, man?
You just woke up happy.
Batman.
Because it's Batman.
It's very strange.
So from there on in, it turns into a proper Batman book. It's dark. It's gritty. There is a crime. Someone gets shot. Somebody gets killed. Someone set up for the murder, and then it just goes all Pete Tong with a great big robot at the end. Throw it into the mix. This I found really confusing. I'd kind of like to spend a couple of minutes on this if possible. There's a Catwoman backup story in this, and I find this really odd considering Catwoman has her own book. It seems like a pointless backup to have, especially when the backup, written by Zdarsky with art by Belin Ortega, colors by Luis Guerrero, and letters by Clayton Cowles again, reads better than the normal Catwoman book. I'm like, what's going on?
It's the only part of this book I was actually really enjoying.
But for me, I don't know. I mean, I think Detective Comics with the Riddler stories being absolutely on fire. I think Killing Time, absolutely on fire. Batman the Night, great story. And now we get Batman, the main Bat book, coming up with this. I don't know. I think we're in, now that we've got rid of all the hype of the Batman movie and the whole, diabolical ending of Batman Catwoman 12, which we have not talked about and we will not talk about because it was that bad.
It does not exist.
Then I think we're on a little bit of a renaissance with this character. I think this is a bit of a turning point. I love seeing Batman and Robin work together. What a great shout. Matthew, we'll go Matthew, then Tracy. Matthew, what were your thoughts on this book?
First off, I'll have to say that I was talking about artwork for DC versus Vampires. The artwork on this one is another style that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
The details, the coloring. In the beginning, when we see Bruce, as Tracy kindly puts it, the bulge as he stands up out of bed. Quick comment. Which one would you rather have? No bulge or have it to where it's not anatomically correct, where you would look at it and be like,
Are you asking my personal choice? I'd always go for a bulge personally.
Yeah.
I don't want to look down there and go, "Whoa, where'd that go?" Oh,
Yeah,
heavy night.
Exactly. But
That's not
in
right.
this, we see all the scars and cuts and scrapes that Bruce has acquired over the years. That's small, fine little detail right there. It's great storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of actually what it's called. It's like secondary or
it's setting scenes, isn't it? It's kind of it's adding to visual memory of what detail. You know. Yeah, you expect it's something that you don't figure about. It's like what we said about the Ivy book when you see the creases in the clothes.
Mm-hmm.
You know in real life they're going to be there, but you don't see them all the time in comic books because everyone's like so whatever.
Mm-hmm.
This is a prime example of that. He's going to be wounded and battle scarred. We don't.
Yeah, and Batman's always getting shot at, cut, beaten up. It's human biology that we are going to scar up, and I think it's really cool. You can kind of see the same thing on Selena Kyle. If you look at her legs, you see the scrapes and cuts and stuff as well. I did look at her legs. I did.
Some people are leg men, Johnny. It's the way it is.
Hey, I'm saying stick some fishnets on it. I've noticed it quicker.
I absolutely loved the artwork for this, and the as annoyed as I was with it, they did do the typical thing with Batman and Robin. He was like, "Oh, I could have saved Jason back then," but what he was mostly going at the end of the book was the fact that he could have saved Jason, but in order to hide his identity, in order to prevent anybody finding out who he was or the fact that Jason was Robin, he kind of hid that fact instead of rushing him to the hospital to be saved. Whereas in this one, when we see Tim get shot, he's like, "I'm not taking that risk again. I don't care if I get found out. I've already lost all my money. I don't care if anybody finds out who I am. I'm saving my son." And I thought that was really, really good.
It's Tim's choice, isn't it? It's Tim's choice is like take it off. So that shows you Tim's commitment to the fight. Cool, excellent. Tracy, we haven't heard from you for a while. So Tracy, what do you think of the whole setup that everyone thinks Batman killed the Penguin?
I think they're making a gritty storyline, which is something Batman needed. I think they needed to put something and flip it on its head, and I think that's what they're trying to do with this. Even when they're going back to recaps and memories and talking about Jason, it's about turning this person that we know and the choices that have been made. And again, visually, it is a very stunning book. I know I was joking at the start, but the pointless bathroom, or bedroom scene with no clothes on.
There's a point in it, dude. There's a point in it.
Wow. Yeah. It's not as boxy as Bizarro's crotch, but it was still there.
Boxy.
Yeah, I did enjoy this paneling with the Penguin in it as well. I thought that was really well done. But that scene, just like you were talking about, with them in the car racing to the hospital while the child is just lying there, seatbelted in, head forward. It's just that, yes, stunning art. Like, look at, like, how could you not look at that and be like, Jesus, like completely pulled in. It's not my favorite. I'm more into the other stuff, but the storyline is starting to get interesting for me, and I would continue reading it because it's starting to sound a little bit more Black Label-ish, and I like that.
Yeah.
And it's better than some of the recent Black Label books that we've seen come out. So,
I think it's a good idea to try and get Batman away from some of the more Justice League type stuff that we've seen him in recently. Yeah. I don't think Batman is always suited to these really great big extravagant style escapades. I quite like Batman being quite urban, quite tense, street level at times, and the idea is that of course now he's got less money, he's supposed to be, but he's still got plenty of money to do what he needs to do. It's not like he's coppering up at the end of the day to work out if he can buy a bat burger.
I think it's gritty. I like the storyline being so gritty. There's definitely there's bite to it, you know. And as you said, he does why they're trying to flip it on his head, because he doesn't need to be Superman, because he's not. You know, he's not Wonder Woman. He's this guy who's just, you know, got some gadgets, got some money, and a lot of experience of kicking ass. So let him be.
Cool. Freyja, what was your thought? What was your take on Batman 125?
I like where the story's going. I do like the artwork. And I do like seeing Batman work with his Robins. I'm still missing Damian, though. You know, he is supposed to be a 13-year-old. Where is he, Bruce? You know, where's your child?
He's off doing his own things.
I know he's 13, though. He's 13 freaking years old. What's he?
But his mom showed him what to do.
I know, it's just, you know. Also, this book kind of introduced one of my favorite Bruce Wayne looks, and it's, what was it, page 18?
On fire.
Yeah, where he's wearing the suit coat, like he has the suit coat in one hand, and he's rocking the suit and the belt. I like not that. That one. There it is. Yeah, that one. It also
that
gives
one,
me
yeah.
Gives me some 1970s disco vibes though, because of the lighting, but and the pop collar and the
but it's quite a sexy pose, right?
Yeah,
it's like, all right, Penguin, you and I dance battle right now.
We're going to tango then salsa. Into flamenco.
We're on the Macarena. We're on the Batusi. What we're talking about?
I know, right? The bat dance.
Yeah.
But this page is like my favorite suit, but it's also like art-wise, it's one of my least favorites, because if you follow his legs, there's some weird crap going on.
Yeah.
Like what
got
happened
to that point, and we're like, yeah,
like what happened to his ankle and his foot? What happened to the other part of his pants? Because it shouldn't look like that. And then if you look at the back, they got some angle things going weird as well with his back leg over there. Because I know what stance he's supposed to be in, but your knee shouldn't have a sharp point like that ever.
and it's crease in his trousers. That's all.
Yeah, I guess it's
I like the fact that you could see his eyes, because he wasn't in a bat suit.
Yeah, his eyes are
there's
great
no
too.
Black paint around that. It's just those stunning eyes.
Yep, it's great. But I'm interested in where this is going to go. I do like how he is like the one superhero who actually took the time to dress everyone in their normal clothes before they did normal person stuff, instead of, you know, getting a pregnancy test or, you know, a coffee or a burger in their super suits.
I'm kind of
that crap was all over the news. Nightwing came into the convenience store and bought a pregnancy test. Who'd he knock up? Batgirl?
Well, yeah.
Didn't we talk about this in a
Yes, we did. We talked about it, and I'm never going to get over it. These guys should not be doing normal people things in their freaking super suits. It's stupid. We're going to do pull out the bat, you know, because how do you pay? With like, what cash did he have?
The bat card.
Yeah, the bat card. He stole Batman's credit card from Batman and Robin.
Yeah, bat card.
Do we have anything to say about the Catwoman backup?
I didn't read it. I
liked it. It was stupid.
The colors are nice. How about that? We'll stick with the colors.
The outfit is ridiculous.
Stupid armpit outfit. Stupid armpit outfit.
But I like her boots, and I want to know where she bought them.
They're Doc Martens.
They look like Docs, but are they new rocks or are they Docs? I don't know.
I don't.
What?
And that's all I got to say about that.
Oh my God! I think we've.
I'm leaving.
This is why you missed me.
Yeah, my aim's getting better. So there you go. 4 up, 4 down. There you go. We've had a wide range of books from the fun Monkey Prince, all across Poison Ivy. We've had DC Vampires, which has been a firm favourite for Matthew and myself to some extent, and of course, Batman coming back in his main book. Getting some much needed attention, I think. That's it. That's all we've got time for this time around. Don't forget to check out the UCPN for all your favourite shows, including Freyja.
Oh, K-Pop Cosmos.
Hey, it's back.
We're going to do it once a month and see how it goes.
So excited to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Excellent. Tracy, aren't you on another show?
I have been on hiatus, but I will be going back to the Thundercats at this month, and I will hopefully be going back to Tink Indie podcast as well to talk to some really cool. I've been talking to predominantly Australian creators, which has been really cool.
Good day. My name,
except for the time difference, when I have to do.
My name, Bruce.
All right, Bruce.
Do you want to come to a party?
And
Matthew,
this is a knife.
And Matthew, your show?
Yeah. Sorry, I actually hold up. I'm
Magic the Gathering.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm the Jank Think Tank. The name. That's what I'm trying to think of.
You got there in the end, yeah.
Look, my brain. I was like the Definitive Crusade. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah, no.
It's got to
The
be
Jank
another
Think
one,
Tank,
yeah.
where we discuss Magic the Gathering. We are currently on hiatus, figuring out scheduling stuff. But make sure to go back and watch some of our previous videos. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like them. Leave a comment. I'll go read them.
And that way you get your notifications for when the show comes back. So
yeah,
makes a huge amount of common sense. There you go. Excellent. Of course, you saw the advert earlier, the Old Timers Comic Book Show, and our sister show that airs Alternative Tuesdays, the No Price Podcast, for everything that is Marvel, MCU, and Disney Plus. All right, there you go. We are done. What that's it?
I love it. And Disney Plus.
And Disney Plus.
What can I say? I should have a job as voiceover man. Class.
You should.
I should. Can you imagine how we go to the cinema to watch this new release?
Could you put a heavier on? Go and do a full-on accent. Come on.
Okay.
You're like on Channel 4. You know you can do it. The Americans don't know what Channel 4 is, but I do. Welcome to the Big Brother house.
Oh, gee.
Today in the Big Brother house. How we? Little Johnny is talking comic books once more. Nobody gives a hoot about what he's watching. How is the lad? There you go.
Oh my goodness.
That's just made my day, Johnny.
Yeah. 33. All right, okay.
No, 33 and a third.
Well, what you do with your turns entirely your own business.
Well, you know.
All right, we're out here. See you in a fortnight. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.